Hi team, greetings everyone. In today's session, we are going to see how to manage the created projects. So in FireFlink platform, in the previous session, we have created a project called a shopper stack, which is actually a web project. So once the project is created, we will always navigate to the individual project level. So all those things we have seen in the previous session. Now we have created this particular project, and how do we manage this particular project in the FireFlink platform? That is what we are going to see in this particular session. So this is shopper stack project, and here what is the type of the project is displayed and the status of the project is displayed, and the status of the project is displayed as open. So depending upon the status of the project, is it going to change the functionality of that particular project? Yes. So we have different types of status of the project. So let me just show you. So we have three different types of project. One means status of project. One is open, one is closed, and one is archive. So depending upon the status of the particular project, the functionality of the particular project will change. So whenever we create a project, the status of that particular project will be open, which indicates that the project is ongoing. So when I see the status as open, I can easily understand that the particular project is up and running, meaning that the people are working on that particular project. So the testing activity of that particular project is going on. That indicates the open status. So what is the, when the project is open status, what are the things that I can do? So here if you can see, we have under this actions, we have three different icons. One is edit icon, one is delete icon, and one is more icon. So when I click on this edit, let me just click on it. So here if you can see, I am able to change the name of the project. And when I say type of the project cannot be changed. This we will discuss in detail when we are exploring the concept called as NLPs. And here we have status, and here we have this URL. So when I want to change the name or status or the URL of the application, I can edit them when the status of the particular project is open. Now let me just cancel it. So if I want to delete the particular project which is in open status, is it possible? Let me just place the cursor, and here if you can see, I'm getting a tooltip called as open projects cannot be deleted. So this indicates that we cannot delete a open project. And we have more option. Let me just click on this more option over here, which gives me the details of the particular project. Once I click on details, this gives me the details of that particular project. Here if you can see, name of the project, type of the project, description if it is given, status, web URL, and who has created it and when has been it has been created. And what about this modified by and modified on? And here if you can see user role mapping, who is the user and what is the role of that particular user, all this information are displayed in this particular project details. So let me just close this. So this same modified by and modified on, who has done the modification to this particular project, that will be reflecting once modify this particular project. Say for example, it may be modifying the status of the project. So it will give me the updated information like when it has been modified and who has modified this particular project. All this information will be displayed in this UI only. Now the status is open. So when I click on this particular project name, this will navigate me to the individual project level where I can add the resources, or I can view the resources, or I can delete the resources. When the project is in open status, this indicates the project is ongoing. Now let me just navigate to all projects. So how do we do that? Just click on the project name and select the all project. So this will navigate us to the all projects level. Now we have seen the different functionalities when the status is open. Now I want to change the status to closed. So how do we change the status? So as we saw already, in order to change the status, what is the button we have to click on? Edit button. So let me just click on edit. So this will help me to change the status. So here this, if you can see, there is a status toggle button. I have to click on this. Once I click on it, it is giving me a warning message. Status change. Status of project has been changed from open to close. How do you want to proceed? Let me say change. So now the status has been changed to closed. Now I'll just update the same. So once I update the same, if you can see, the status has been changed from open to closed. So now when I say closed project, what are the functionalities of that particular project? So let me try to edit the project. Let me just click on this edit icon. So when I click on edit icon, edit project pop-up is displaying where if I try to edit the name of the project, I cannot. If I try to edit the type of the project, I cannot. If I want to change the status, then I can change the status by clicking on this particular toggle button. If I want to change the URL, it is not allowing me to change the URL. So here the edit option is only allowing me to change the status, whereas the other informations I cannot change. Now let me just click on cancel. Let me try to delete this particular project. I'll just click on delete button, means delete icon. So once I click on delete icon, it is saying your data will be lost. Are you sure you want to delete the Shopper Stack project? How do you want to proceed? If I click on delete, this particular project will be deleted. So this indicates that a closed project can be deleted. So as of now, I don't want to delete the project. So I'll just say cancel. So the understanding is the closed projects can be deleted. Okay. Now let me just go to the more option. So when I click on more option now, if you can see, I have two options now. One is detail, one is add to archive. This archive is a different status which we will be discussing in further session. Now, what are the functionalities of a closed project? Can I navigate to individual project when the project is closed? Let me just click on it. So it is navigating me to the individual project level. But the thing is, I cannot add any resources, or I cannot create any resources, or I cannot delete any resources. I can just view the resources whenever the project is closed. So the closed projects indicates that the project is completely done. That is, since we are using FireFlink platform for testing activity, the closed projects indicates that the testing activity for that particular project is completely done. So by seeing the status as closed, I can easily understand that the particular project testing activity is completed and no one is working on this particular project. So let me just navigate to all projects now. So we saw open status and we saw closed status. Open status indicates that the project is ongoing and the test engineers are working on this particular project. Closed status indicates that the project is completed and the test engineers are not working on that particular project. Now let us discuss about the third status, which is called as archive. So when I say archive status, it is for future reference. I want this particular project for my future reference. In that case, what I will do, I will just archive this particular project. So how do we archive the particular project? So here we have seen edit, delete and more option. Once I click on more option, I am getting an extra option called as add to archive. Let me just click on this add to archive, which will archive the project. Now, once the project is archived, let me try to navigate to individual project level. So I am clicking on this project name, but it is not allowing me to the individual project level. So let me use the drop down as well. So once I click on drop down, if you can see, the project is disabled. It is saying no projects found. So this indicates that once the project is archived, you cannot navigate to the individual project level. What if I want to delete this particular project? Is it possible? So here let me just click on this delete icon. Still it is allowing me to delete the project. So archive projects can be deleted. Okay. So now as I said, we can use this archives project for a future reference. In future, if I want to refer this particular project, in that case, how to unarchive this particular project? So for that, you have to click on this more option where you have an option called as add to unarchive. Let me just click on this add to unarchive. So once I click on add to unarchive, it is going to the previous status, which is called as closed. Okay. So whenever we unarchive the project, it is going to the previous status. What if I'm archiving a open project? First of all, can we archive open projects? Let me try. So first thing is I want to change the status from closed to open. How do we do that? Just click on this edit icon, click on the status toggle button, say change and update the same. So once I update, if you can see, we have this open status. So let me try to archive a open project. So I'll just click on this more option. Now I am not getting the add to archive option. This is because open projects cannot be archived. So in order to archive a project, we have to first close it and then only we can archive the project. So once we want to unarchive the project, we have to unarchive it and it will be navigating to the previous status, which is nothing but the closed status. So this is how we can manage the existing project in our FireFlink platform, where we have discussed about three different status. One is open, closed and archive. So let us discuss the next topic in the next session. Thank you.